The power of reflection, asking ourselves the unasked questions. Now, in the hustle and bustle of our modern lives, we often find ourselves moving from one task to another, one goal to the next, one more check off of our to do list without truly pausing to reflect. But what if we were to take a moment, just a moment, to ask ourselves a question that we've actually been avoiding? A question that might lead us down a path of deep introspection, self discovery, and growth. This is Knockout Thoughts of the Day, where I pose a question to invoke deeper thoughts into you and who you truly are. Have you ever wondered about the dreams that you've left behind? The passions and aspirations that probably got buried under the weight of responsibilities and routine. I'm sure we all know that feeling, that disappointment for what could have been of our dreams for our future. Oh, how our mind will rotate the questions or thoughts of what could have been, what should have been, and what would have been. And in many cases, we even lose sight of that passion, dream, or goal, even forgetting about it altogether. Life kind of took over and swallowed our dreams whole, lost in the abyss of the to do list, lost somewhere inside of you. And I'll bet that they are begging to come to the surface, to be remembered. In that space, in that hole of lost dreams, something is left in its place or surrounding it, keeping it stuffed down deep, deep within you. You know what usually surrounds it? Resentment, regret, oh, a little bit of disappointment. Oh, yes, even sadness. It's like a hole that needs to be filled where your forgotten passion is. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want all those dense emotions filling that hole or holding any of my dreams and goals captive. I want to spark fire in that area, reignite the passion, and have this true knowing inside that I and you can achieve this dream or even a new dream. We just need the fuel. We need to break down the barriers that are surrounding the dream and throw fire. Throw the fire. No, throw fuel on that fire. Yes, that's what we need. I'm picturing like a fire thrower deep within us that just ignites our passion. Ignites our whole way of being, our whole outlook on life. So, what if you were to ask yourself, what would I pursue if I had no fear of failure? This question has the power to unveil the true desires of your heart while opening doors to all the possibilities. The possibilities may be the ones that you once held on to, or they may even be unexplored possibilities. I think we all know that who we once were is not who we are today. And with that, even our passions can shift, and that's okay. Now, this is a powerful question to take a good peek into you. What would you pursue if you had no fear of failure? This reflection in itself can lead to finding your passion. Ah, the passion, waiting for its embers to be stoked. A whisper in our hearts, a spark that can illuminate our existence. Passion can lead to purpose and, well, That in itself can lead to healing that hole that was left open for those lower vibrational emotions to feel. So let's dig deep. What would you pursue? What would you pursue if you had no fear of failure? Let's talk about the fear of failure for a moment. You know, few emotions wield as much power as the fear of failure. It is a feeling that kind of lurks in the shadows, whispering to you all the doubts you might have and casting this shadow over your aspirations. It is the thing that paralyzes us, preventing us from even attempting the paths we desire. It is the thing that not only holds your dreams captive, but oftentimes the mind. Fear has a way of taking over and kind of running the show, if you get my drift. And fear really gets out of control. I think about fear and I think that it is misunderstood, though. Oftentimes, too, we are bombarded with the idea that success is synonymous with flawlessness. And that idea really packs a punch. I mean, think about it. We see, read, and hear about triumphant journeys, yet the struggles and setbacks and the many times they failed are left out of the story. I mean, you see the multi-billionaire, but not his backstory. You read about the champion that won the game, but never about the times that this champion curled on the floor in the shower from exhaustion and pressure. You hear about the firefighter who stormed into a burning building, but never how they had to conquer their fear of the flames. We see the triumphs, but not the challenges. I guess in a perfect world, there would be no failures. Or would they? I mean, my way of thinking is that without the failures and those oh so mighty challenges, how in the world would we grow? How would we test ourselves and begin to see our strengths and even our weaknesses? Now, imagine though if we actually began to look at failure as a beginning instead of an end. This great and grand opportunity to learn, grow, and evolve. Each stumble or setback can actually be seen as this chance to uncover hidden strengths within us. Ultimately, failure can teach us. So I think all in all, failure is a win because you are learning with every single step you take forward. Well, and even back. The fear of failure will lose its grip if we could shift our focus from the external validation to the wonderful joy of progress and growth internally, in here. It's like, check it out. Give yourself credit where credit is due, a pat on the back, like, so what? You failed, but did you give up? Did you learn something? Did you grow? Yeah, the mastery of the art of resilience. We have to acknowledge our fear of failure, see it, feel it, confront it head on. Failure is a part of the human experience, and well, that's what we're here for, the experience. So there's no need to fear it. We can, however, turn it into power. We can turn it into fuel for that fire. We can remember that every success story is filled with failed attempts, a whole lot of setbacks, and a bunch of trial and error. You try something, it doesn't work. Do you give up? Well, I mean, a lot of people will. Then there are those that will use it as a teaching moment. They'll readjust and try it again, knowing that they learned something, learned what not to do or how to do it better. Listen, failure is not the final verdict on your worth. Let me say that again. Failure is not the final verdict on your worth. It is simply a stepping stone towards your potential. Be brave enough to fail. Allow it to be a beacon guiding you into unknown territory and becoming the fuel to your fiery passion. So again, I ask, what would you pursue without the fear of failure? Is it that dream you left behind so long ago? Is there a spark within you now that is waiting to be fueled to move forward and to pursue this passion? What is it for you? Has your mind been playing around with new ideas that feel, like the start of a new desire? Will you allow it to settle in the heart and to actually explore it? Will you allow that? Can you see what you would pursue without the fear of failure? Now, if not, because sometimes that surrounding energy of our dreams is pretty strong, let's make it a little more clear for you. Take a moment right now with me and let's tune into the body. Just relax and give your whole being all of your attention. Maybe asking yourself in this reflecting moment, just giving yourself the space here and now. Where in my body am I holding on to regret, resentment, sadness, disappointment, or even fear around my passion, dreams, goals, and aspirations? Just give yourself a moment. Feel into your body. Allow that area to have a voice and tell you all about it. You might find yourself in your heart space, sensing the hurt that you've been holding on to. You might feel a vibration or a sensation in the pit of your stomach where fear is held. Maybe you sense a color in the tips of your fingers where sadness is being stored for all the things you have yet to do. Find that spot within you. Find that space. And when you do, give yourself permission to let all of that go. Give yourself permission to see the barriers fade around your goal, your dreams. You can empty that space too, knowing that we are going to fill it with a spark of light, of new light, that will be the beginning of creation for your old passion to come alive, or a newfound passion to be explored. You are doing such an incredible job releasing any fear, because we now know that fear is simply an experience that allows for more growth. We are no longer afraid to pursue our passions. We are no longer afraid to fail, because failure equals growth. In this space that you have found within your body, see a little light flicker, a flame that has just sparked, and think upon your passion. And as you do, allow that passion to come to life. Allow this flame to grow bigger, bigger and brighter and stronger. Feel that light expand and fill up your whole body with it. Activate a sense of wonder, curiosity, and courage. Dare to pursue your passion. Dare to fuel the fire that burns inside of you. Challenge yourself to rise in the morning with an intention of allowing this passion to live. And as you sleep so peacefully tonight, allow your dreams to speak to you. You might find that more answers come forward about the question posed. What would you pursue if you had no fear of failure? Let your mind play with all of the possibilities. Passion is the compass that guides us to the core of who we are. It transcends the mundane, defying limitations and reminding us of our boundless potential. So, purposefully pursue your passion. Go after your dreams. You are so very much deserving of discovering and rediscovering what you love. You are deserving of pursuing what sets your soul ablaze. So, until next time, grant yourself the grace of pause. Inhale the present and exhale the clutter. Ask the questions that are often shunned, the ones that beckon you towards growth. Knockout thoughts of the day.